Alright, this is like my third attempt to trying to do this. I keep screwing it up. Alright, as you can see, sunflower jungle is starting to bloom. Everybody's got heads on them. Most of these are multi-heads, so they will be blooming and making the bees happy all summer. If I gotta remember to water them when it doesn't rain. Because we've had like 12 days. First part of June has been nothing but rain. Today was the first day it didn't rain. All right, there's Canaans. Most all those came from Heidi. And the pumpkin or gourd don't know yet. Front. All right, Steph. She wasn't been happy. My angel wings says I cut her to get her out. And yeah. But by the time I take her inside, she'll be big and I have to trim her again. More wild sunflowers from the seeds from the birds. Most of my comebackies and flowers up here are blooming, the cones and others. So my aloes haven't been happy either. I brought them out of the greenhouse because they're getting too hot. Now it's like they got too much rain. So, but oh well, I got aloe succulents feed for them I gotta do. But that's all, like I said, all the sunflowers are getting all their heads. My more dahlias. Elderberry has tripled in size. It's now the same size as the lemon tree. Gladiolas, hostas and hollyhocks have no flowers yet. So even the hollyhock in the back haven't got flowers. But lilies out here are starting to bloom. Excuse the trash can and more Canaans. All right, let's walk out to the garden. Oh, remember when I said the last video I wanted those limbs cut down? And guess what? They cut them down on Father's Day. Justin and Mary got up on the ladder with Mark, and then they gave Matt the small little hand chainsaw, and he was having a ball with it. All right, pulled up all the garlic. We only got half of what we planted. We planted over 400, close to 500 cloves. And all three of the orange containers had garlic in them, but something ate it all winter. And something's been eating this. So I'm really thinking it's squirrels because I'm finding holes in everything and they're not snake and vole holes or moles. So potatoes, something's eating them. I can't put diatomaceous earth on because I literally had, like I said, this first part of freaking June has been nothing but rain. So everybody's going to get a good douse of diatomaceous earth tomorrow night. That or I might neem. I don't know. I haven't decided. Kohlrabi, more. All right, remember, all these tomatoes, there's like 4 in here. I pulled them out of the garden that was just growing in the freaking aisles. Except for last year. Yeah, they're looking suffering with the heat today, so I got to get them transplanted and thinned out. Pulled these potatoes too. I took pictures of them, so I'll have Mark add them to the video. These kohlrabis are doing good. Sweet potatoes have bounced back from the bunny eating them, as you can see. Bogarts, Japanese purple, and another Japanese. And kohlrabi. All right. Mark's jicama seemed to like all the rain because look, it looks a lot better and healthier than, and this one's not happy. That was pumpkin or gourd, don't know. But see, they look a lot happy. Oh, so I know it's a squirrel because that is a kohlrabi I found laying outside the fence. So I must have, whatever was stealing, I scared it. And look, another pumpkin or gourd. All right, the tomatoes. With the last rain we got, I'm going to stay outside the fence real quick so you can see. We had so much wind. This whole row were bent over here laying down. And so been spending the last 2 days trying to get them staked up again. I trimmed the bottom leaves. That's why you can see the Amishes were just blown. Everything was just blown over this whole half. So I've got double stakes on them. They had so many leaves. Amish's leaves get so big and bulky, and they just get like a foot long, if not more. And they're already touching the ground. Like, why are you touching the ground? So as you can see, I trimmed. I haven't cleaned up yet because I started off trying to fix these guys. And then weed eating because we've had so much rain. I've been trying to weed. So, but these Amishes weren't so bad. Black Crim and Cherokees didn't get as much damage, but they're getting bulky, but I had it trimmed up. But as you can see down the rows where I got most of the weeds done here, there, and this row, but some of the rows I haven't got yet. Okay, I planted another Shitu and 3 habanabas. They just were not getting bigger in the greenhouse, so gonna give it a try. I did lose a couple more sherry eats. Something, the wind snapped them or something came and got them. But as you can see back down there on these Black Crim and Cherokee, they all got tomatoes on them. Get down. The pumpkins and gourds, watermelons, sunflowers, they're all popping. They're all getting bigger. I can't believe how dry this. You can tell where I watered, but you can see where it's already drying because that's how hot it is outside. But they're all getting bigger. Much, much bigger. Now, these two here look like crap because these are the ones that were growing on the side of tomatoes. I just said, screw it, I'm pulling them. As you can see, the cucumbers have all gotten bigger. I was really worried they were going to snap with this wind, but the wind was blowing and they just went against the fence, which was fine. So they're starting to get their little grabbies, and I've been trying to push them closer to the little fence so they can climb on that. So, and every seed that we replanted seemed to pop, especially Mark's White, which is good. My Mexican or sunflower is not doing too good out here. It's like double the size in the pot inside. Oh well. And the sherry no eats. Some are doing really good. Some did die. I've got sunflowers growing in the middle. Like I found the tomatoes growing in like out of the sides here. So, and then I noticed I've got, I think, a borage growing. So, well, after I, cleaned up, we dumped all the buckets and everything that's not comebackies in this last year at fall, winter. So, all right, the onions have really popped up. Yes, you can see I haven't weeded it here yet. Okra, it's a growing. I already took one big one and gave it to Sharon. So, and I put some kohlrabi out through here too, along with the okra. Like I said, onions are doing good. I haven't even touched my eggplant yet. I'm frustrated. But the first round of kohlrabi, I already harvested a couple. So no more buying kohlrabi this summer from Mark. The only problem is I've got a couple that have split. So I've got to take all those up. So, but first round for the next, like I said, rest of summer, I will not be buying kohlrabi from Mark. Zucchini and squash have all popped and doubled in size out here. And my borage finally decided it was done being a bitchy diva and started giving me flowers, which the bees are happy. My double sunflower, it still won't grow, but it's still putting out flowers, so I'm fine. Whole package of watermelon radishes, and I've got about 10 that popped. And I didn't plant those. Those just popped up. I don't know if they're pumpkin or gourds. Acorn squash has got flowers. Butternut squash is getting flowers. Melons, I gave Jim and Karen half of what I had that started growing, so I know I need to thin it out. It was just, melon guts I threw out here. I figured didn't even cover them up. I left them out here for the birds. And they ate half, and the other half sprouted. But that's how the outside is looking. So whatever's eating this, I know it's a damn squirrel. Ate the three plants out of here. Ate a plant out of here. This is my Japanese. Ate two there, but left the Bogarts alone. These potatoes are getting there. Like I said, something is eating them. I gotta diatomaceous earth or neem. I haven't decided yet. But I also gotta feed. I gotta fertilize. I've had so much rain. They need to be done. Wildflowers are finally picking up. They all look like the same. I won't know until they grow. All right, inside. More flowers. The bees have been, bumblebees have been very happy. I have not seen any honeybees, but you can see we've got bumblebees. They are happy, happy, happy. They're all over the sunflowers. They really love these two along with the zinnias and daisies. Now, with all the rain, I've had a shit ton of powdery mildew. I know everybody else has been fighting the powdery mildew too, so you can probably see the dead leaves. So I had been trying to clean these guys up, but it's just popping up. This wasn't like this morning. So, and Mark's whites are starting to get bigger. They just grow so damn slow, but he loves them. But they're climbing. They breached the top. So, and Naturusurium, I don't know why everybody's weepy back here. They got a good soaking this morning by me. But it is hot. But I've been trying to water the buckets in the morning when I come out. But they are full of cucumbers. I just picked another 2, 3, so I'm getting them quicker than Mark can eat. So I'm gonna probably, hopefully, this weekend or next week, do a first batch of pickles. But as like I said, they have reached the top. I'm just letting them go. Half my lilies bloomed, and half are still trying to open up in the back. Bee balm is getting ready. Believe it or not, Father's Day, the girls had Karen and Emma whack these pretty good, but they just keep growing. The basil was loving the rain, but I was trying to weed eat before it's cut out of hand, and yeah. I'll have to get this done in the morning. But the dahlias in here have doubled in size. They were full of... Oh, I got a bee right there. She must be an older one because she's not moving. You know, they say bees, when they're old or sick, they will not go back to their hives in the evening. They will stay on flowers and stuff, and if they wake up in the morning, then they go back to their hives. If not, they spent their last night on a flower. I read that. So, but Sherry eats in here. They're all getting a lot bigger. The pet Carmens haven't got much bigger yet. I'm getting kind of worried. It's like they're stunted, but they're full of flowers. Yes, those are finally crapped out. But don't worry, I've got stuff to go in there. I have my other Shito and Habanadas they're tiny. I'm hopefully going to put them in here before I leave. So, but yes, I have lots of yellow leaves. I've been trying to clean out. Like I said, I've got so much damn rain. It's just been, and it was just, the backyard was soaking wet. So, but yeah, the peppers that I've been bitching about, they finally crapped out. But don't worry, I got stuff going in there too. Purple cayennes, they're about ready. And this silver one, I think it was silver and gold or something, but it's full of peppers. It's supposed to be about as hot as a habanero, so we'll find out. But the sherry no-eats are doing a lot better. I did pick a reaper off of here, a scorpion, yesterday. It was tiny, but it's one that was started flowering and growing while it was still inside. But yeah, I've been trying to water the buckets in the morning and the outside in the evening, so I'm not trying to do it all at once and kill myself when it gets really hot. But these zinnias, my giant zinnias, are starting to get up there. Yeah, now as you can see, the sage, it hasn't bounced back like the basil, but, and I whacked the sweet marjoram for Emma because she wanted an Italian mix. So I gave her all the herbs for Italian mix. But the thyme bounced back. But sweet marjoram, it's like dill. Once you cut it, it's bitchy. So, but yeah, everybody's suffering from all that rain. But it is what it is. Now, half of these flowers came up and I came out and there was just holes. See how there's a hole in there, and there. And look, there's another one. Oh, and there. It has to be squirrels. Little fuckers. And I've even seen holes in the buckets of the tomatoes. So it's getting frustrating. But as you can see, they're all getting bigger and breaching the tops. So, and they're all got flowers. The bees have been busy. So they're all getting bigger. And I'm luckily I did have some yellow leaves on these guys, but I managed to get them off. Now, some of these flowers seem like they got too much rain, especially this bee balm. Bee balm loves rain, but it's like it's suffering. And then my tick seed, it's dying out, like it got too much. So, but back here in the jungle, the mint is seeded. I know it's the squirrels because remember they were murdering my sunflower heads. They bit off the flower top on that one. It's like they're climbing up and they're just knocking them down because they know Jake is not feeling well. So, and even Mark's jicama in here, it liked the rain. See how much it improved? It like tripled in size and it's happier and it's getting the grabbies. So, and then my balloon flowers finally opened and I've got black-eyed Susans coming out. Now this bee balm seems to be happy. I came out and all these daisies were just flat down. So something was in there digging. It has to be a squirrel. It has to be. So I put up Mark's raspberry bush because it tried to go seed. So I'm keeping it on the bench. But yeah, as you can see, the sunflowers from the squirrels. And Jake just stays in his path. And he goes in his path. It's the squirrels that are climbing up and eating my sunflower heads. Little bastards. But even this tick seed seems to be suffering. But all my gigantic coneflowers have bloomed. Moonflowers seem to be climbing all the way up the terrace. They seem to like those trellises I got at Aldi's. See, this Mexican sunflower is a lot bigger than its counterpart outside. So, I don't know. This one has sun in the morning and in the afternoon, but the other one has sun full time. So, and this moonflower has more sun than the other one, and it's not as climbing as fast. So, but that's how the garden is going. So I just, yeah, these hollyhocks are, I don't even see any flower heads yet. But my first milkweed, look at that. Now I just need monarch butterflies to come lay their eggs. And I haven't even seen any monarchs this year. Last year I saw quite a few, but no monarchs this year. I've seen blue ones, I've seen black ones, but no monarchs. But oh well, it's still early. I hope you guys' garden is going better than mine. Like I said, you know, the saying April shower bring May flowers. Well, June showers bring powdery mildew and weeds. But we've got 8 days, almost 9 days of high 90s, and it's going to be triple digits with heat index. So I know everybody's going to be bitchy. So I've got to keep them hydrated and myself hydrated and not give myself heat exhaustion working out here. Like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows done of weeding. I got to do the weed eats here in the melons and that back one, and then start all over. All right, I'll see you in a week. Bye.